Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to be making this really pretty macrame witch wall hanging. And I would say that this is an easy to moderate difficulty level. But don't worry, I've broken this tutorial up into 3 different sections. Let's first start off with making the broom. Grab your 2 40-inch strands of rope, find the center by folding it in half, and then pin them together in a cross onto your board. Right now we're going to create the broom handle. Once you have them pinned down in a cross shape, you want to take your very top strand and fold it across your right strand. Then with the right hand strand, you want to grab that and fold it across your bottom strand. Grab the bottom strand and fold it across the left-hand strand. And finally, you want to grab your left-hand strand and thread that through the top loop. Now very carefully, you want to grab all of the ends and you want to tighten up the slack. Once you have it all tightened up, it should look a little bit like a square shape. This knot is called a crown knot, and we're going to be tying a whole bunch more. So repeat the process, and it doesn't matter which cord you start with. I started with the right hand side this time. And no matter what, whenever you end, you want to thread that last final strand through the first loop. Eventually, you're going to get so good at this knot that you won't even have to have it pinned to your board. You can just fold it onto itself, just like I'm demonstrating right here, and then thread your last strand through the first loop and cinch up your slack. You want to repeat this a whole bunch of times until you have something like this. You want your broomstick handle to measure roughly around 4.5 to 5 inches. Now, if you feel like that was a whole lot of effort for a broomstick, you can just go out and find a regular old stick. Because I'm crafty, I'll show you what both look like in the end. Grab a thin scrap piece of cord and lay that horizontally across your board. Then grab 4 strands of your 10 inches of cord and lay that over top, followed by your broom handle, and then the rest of your 10-inch strands of cord. We are making a little broom sandwich here. Grab your scrap ends and then tie a double overhand knot, and you want to make sure that it's very taut. Now this scrap piece of cord that I'm using right now is one of the strands that I pulled apart from our rope. You can easily use just regular old butcher's twine as well. Now grab another scrap piece of rope and you want to have that underneath your broom. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab that scrap piece of rope and we're going to tie another double overhand knot to secure the ends of our broom. This helps make it look more like a broom and less like a mop. Okay, trim up the ends and this is what your broom looks like. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing with our stick. So first we create our broom sandwich. We want to secure that all together and then bring down our loose ends and then secure it again with another scrap piece of rope. This time I opted for a bow in a different color. Now you tell me, which one do you like better? The one with the stick or the one that we made out of crown knots? To start working on our witch's body, we're going to need 10 of our 16-inch strands of brown cord, and we're going to have to prepare it by pulling it all apart. Yes, you heard that correctly. We're going to prepare our cord by pulling apart all of our strands of cord. Now, if you're using single strand cotton cord, then you can skip this part, but to prepare it, you will want to comb it all through so it's nice and fluffy. But if you're using 3-strand like I am, you want to do the same thing again, but with the hair color. All right, once those are all prepared, you want to go ahead and set those aside. Okay, now we're going to work on her arms and legs. So grab your strand of butcher's twine and lay that vertically. Then you want to place the 10-inch strand and 16-inch strand horizontally over top of your butcher's twine. And then take the ends of your butcher's twine and secure it very tautly in the middle with a double overhand knot. Once you're finished your little arms and legs bundle, set that aside and grab the brown strands of cord that you had pulled apart and place that vertically on your board. Then grab your arms and legs bundle and you want to distribute that evenly on both sides and place that right in the center, and you want your butcher's twine up at the top. Once you have everything completely centered, you want to take the very top of your dress and fold that over to the bottom. Grab the butcher's twine and tie a double overhand knot right at the top, making sure that it's very taut. Then grab your longer strands and you want to have that right in the center of your dress. So you want to just make sure that it's right in the middle there. The longer strands of cord is going to be her legs and the shorter strand is going to be her arms. Once you have that situated all nicely, you want to grab another scrap piece of cord. And what we're going to do is we're going to cinch in her waist. So lie your scrap piece horizontally, place the dress over top with her arms and the butcher's twine at the top, and then secure it with a double overhand knot. Now you can make this a little bit more detailed and you could use a different color, or instead of tying a double overhand knot, you could do a gathering knot instead. You can tie it with a bow like I did here. You can really customize it any way you please. All right, next we're going to grab our butcher's twine and thread that right through our wooden bead. And we're not going to secure it just yet because she's going to need some hair. So grab that tan colored cord that you had prepared earlier and place that right in the center of the butcher's twine, and then secure it with a double overhand knot. Tie this knot very taut. Then you want to snip off the excess strands of butcher's twine and then fold her hair over top so that you don't see the twine. All right, let's get started on the hat. So grab one of your 4 16-inch strands of brown cord and fold it in half to find the center. And then tie just a regular overhand knot right in the very middle. This is going to be the tippy top of her hat. Okay, so let's tie another overhand knot just below the first one. And you want to make sure it is sitting right below. You don't want to do a double knot and have it loop onto itself. Make sure it's sitting below the first one. Next, place it down horizontally onto your board and grab another strand of 16 inches and place that over top vertically. Then to secure that together, we're going to tie one more overhand knot. Lie it back down onto your board because next we're going to tie one of those pesky crown knots again. Are they pesky? Are you comfortable with your crown knot now that you tied a whole broomstick handle? Let me know in the comments below. All right, after you've finished your first round of crown knot, you want to go ahead and tie another one. Now I completely understand if crown knots are not your jam, they can be a little bit tricky. So to create an easier witch hat, you can always use some felt and roll it into a cone shape and then hot glue that all together. But if you're stuck here with me, you will want to create one final crown knot with 4 strands. You should have tied a total of 3 crown knots with 4 strands. Grab your third strand of 16-inch cord and place that in the middle, because now we're going to tie a 6-strand crown knot. And I do find that it's easier to lie this out on the board instead of holding it in your hand when you're tying this knot. Carefully cinch it all together, making sure that you're not pulling too hard on that additional cord because it's not fully secure yet. Once you have it all cinched together, you can go ahead and pick it up and tie another 6-strand crown knot. I tied a total of 3 6-strand crown knots, but you can tie as many as you like to get the height that you desire in your witch hat. This is what mine looks like, and I'm quite happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and pin it to my board. And did you see how it had a bend at the top? Those were my 3 overhand knots right at the start. Alrighty, so let's grab our very last strand of 16-inch cord, and I'm going to tie just a loose overhand knot right at the start. This is going to help me pin it down to my board. And make sure that you're giving yourself a little bit of an allowance at the start of this strand, because we're going to need it at the end. To create the brim of our hat, we're going to tie a double half hitch knot with our first strand, and we're using our 4th cord here as the filler cord. Try to get this double half hitch knot as close as possible to the side of your hat. Once you've tied your double half hitch knot, what we're going to do is create one more half hitch. The purpose of this extra half hitch is to increase the diameter around the hat. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same thing with the next strand. So tie a double half hitch knot, followed by a half hitch. Okay, so keep repeating this process until we go all the way around the hat. Alright, so now that we've gone all the way around, we're going to tie one more double half hitch knot, but this time we're going to use the 2 ends of our filler cord. And this is precisely why we needed a little bit of length at the start of our filler cord. Okay, so now what we're going to do is plug in our hot glue gun. While that's heating up, we're going to snip off the ends of our hat, leaving about, I'd say, a centimeter or so of length. Using that centimeter of length, we're going to hot glue it down, folding it over onto itself. Place your hat off to the side to dry, and what we're going to do is now compile our witch. I'm going to be using this wooden hoop that I found at the dollar store, but you can also use a metal hoop as well. And I think I decided on using the stick version of the broom. Now, this is going to be a little graphic, but to get the witch to sit onto the broom, we're going to have to create a torso. So to do that, you want to tie 2 overhand knots right in the center with her legs. And then you want to have her right in between the broomstick handle and tie another 2 overhand knots. And you want to make sure you're tying these very taut. You don't want her to fall off her broom handle. Now, this isn't necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and use some hot glue and secure her dress onto herself. I did this with both the front and the back. Now, what we're going to do is readjust her arms. So I retied the overhand knot to appropriate length for what her arms should be. I'm going to snip off the excess rope here, and then I'm going to hot glue it right down onto our broomstick handle. It is also a good idea to hot glue the ends of her hands there as well so that it doesn't unravel. Once you've finished with her arms and her hands, it's time to move on to her feet. So I did the same thing. I retied the overhand knot to an appropriate length for what her leg should be, and then I snipped off the excess length and I hot glued the ends of her feet. Just be careful as it dries so that it doesn't stick to her dress. And next we're gonna hot glue her hat onto her head. And I positioned it so that you can see that bend in her hat. I really think that that is an excellent detail. Next, grab your final strand of butcher's twine and thread that right through your tapestry needle. We're going to use this to attach the witch onto the hoop. And yes, I probably could have used a bigger tapestry needle, but I managed. Anyways, there's going to be a trick to attaching it. We're going to thread it right through the back of her hat. So let's flip it over, and as you can see, I'm going to thread it right through one of the bars of our crown knots, right in the very back where we can't see it. Once you've got that through, you can remove your tapestry needle and make sure that your butcher's twine is centered. Now, to attach it onto our hoop, I'm going to tie a double overhand knot, but be careful of how it's hanging. You want to make sure that the tip of the hat is at the top and in front. Tie your double overhand knot fairly taut and have it concealed right behind the hat. And then I'm going to flip it back over to the other side and tie another double overhand knot. Now, if your witch is evenly distributed in weight in the center, you can use the same piece of butcher's twine as the hanger. But mine is more bottom heavy, so I'm going to cut that piece off and hot glue it to the back and then use a separate piece of cord as the hanger. So grabbing a separate piece of cord, I'm folding it in half and then tying an overhand knot at the top. And then I'm going to loop it through right where, as she's hanging, where it's kind of centered properly. So it's a little bit further in the front there. And I'm going to attach this piece of butcher's twine using a lark's head knot. I sure hope that made sense. Let me know in the comments below. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that it's not evenly balanced, so to balance it properly, we have to change the center of gravity by attaching the hanger at a different spot. And that sounds a little scientifically confusing, so I'm gonna let you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.